When you're already on a tight budget, it's not easy to find additional ways to save money. But it's always important to set aside at least a little for the future, no matter how much income you're currently bringing in. Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. Unfortunately, getting out of this rut can be very difficult, as many common methods of saving money don't appear to make a big enough difference to motivate change. That line of thinking, however, is wrong. If you have the willpower to buckle down and slash your expenses, it's very possible to see some real results in your bottom line each month. Please subscribe now to get notifications on more videos like this that will shape you to be a happy person in your life. Most people would like to set aside money each month. A tight budget can make this seem like an impossible task. If you fall into this category, here are 8 practical ways to start saving regularly. Make small changes to your budget across several expenses. If you don't have a budget, it's time to make one. Once you have your budget, it is often easier to make small spending cuts across multiple areas than to target a single expense. This means taking a hard look at your regular monthly expenses like cable, internet, phone service, and even your housing payments. This is a process of giving and take and will take some time to find a balance. But most of us could live without premium channels or any cable at all, knowing that money is instead creating some peace of mind. Try a 50-30-20 budget. Especially for those living on a tight budget, is the 50-30-20 budget. This budgeting system directs you to spend 50% of your take-home pay on necessities like housing, utilities, transportation, and groceries. The next 30% of your budget goes towards wants. This is anything you want to spend your money on, but don't have to. The final 20% of your budget goes toward debt and savings. These would be expenses like student loans, credit cards, retirement accounts, and your emergency fund. One of the most eye-opening things about using this budget is realizing just how much you're spending on housing. In parts of the country where housing is expensive, you might have to spend more of your pay on rent or your mortgage. But using this budget might also be a sign it's time to change your housing situation. Separate wants vs. needs. One of the biggest problems run into when cutting their spending is that they aren't able to separate needs from wants. I've been there. I could easily convince myself that eating out was a need because, hey, you gotta eat. If you're really going to cut your spending, you need to get really honest with yourself about what counts as a need and what counts as a want. Work on paying off your debt. High-interest debt, like credit cards, can eat up your monthly income. You may be surprised at just how much you are paying in interest each month if you are carrying a balance on your credit cards. Taking steps to paying off your credit cards as quickly as possible will free up additional money in your budget and make it possible for you to do more things with your money. If you want to be more comfortable and save, getting rid of your debt is an important step. Save money on grocery shopping. When you go grocery shopping, the key to success is to make sure you go with a full stomach and a list. This way, you'll be less likely to deviate from your shopping plans and can avoid blowing your budget. You should also review everything you plan to buy on your list in advance and consider buying generic or store brands for certain items. For many items, there really isn't much difference between the brand name and the generic item. In addition, don't buy to stock up. Instead, just buy what you need for the week. This way, you'll reduce waste and avoid ending up with food you don't eat. Reduce takeout food deliveries. It's much cheaper to cook yourself a meal than to order in or go out to eat. Given our current circumstances, it's also a healthy habit to develop, in general as well. There's a whole bunch of recipes that help you cook with minimal ingredients used and minimal time spent. Spend more money on groceries than on a fancy meal and watch your savings increase. Thank you for watching to this end. Remember, we love to see your improvement. Please subscribe now to get notified for more.